I had a lot of technical
Hello.
difficulties with this video. I wasn't aware that it didn't record my portion of speaking throughout the video. So Miss Austin is definitely pictured here, but I'm doing most of the talking. I just did an introduction to tell you who she was and who I am. And just to review what we initially talked about in the identify video was about we talked about we identified Miss Austin's concerns with improving her instruction, and we also identified a teaching method for her to do so. Miss Austin chose the modeling approach. And in the meantime, I created a checklist that would reflect some things that Miss Austin might find valuable to utilize during instruction. So, in this part of the video, I'm navigating to find my checklist. I'm accidentally showing this part of the video to Miss Austin. Um, but in a few moments, I will share the checklist with her. The checklist has 9 items, and I tried my best to make sure that the items reflected everything that would be necessary for her lesson. Miss Austin's lesson is over teaching biomes, and I thought that with the modeling approach, we could use a gradual release, which is I do, um, we do, and then you do. And that's a common practice for us to do in the classroom. And so I created the checklist based on each portion of the gradual release model or the modeling strategy that Miss Austin chose. And so in this part, I am going
Yes,
over each
correct.
portion of the checklist with her. And then I'm giving her the opportunity to make edits throughout.
Mhm.
Um, I can explain a couple of things on here.
Mhm.
You see
Okay.
AKS, which is
Okay.
the learning target. I'm in Gwinnett County Schools.
Okay.
And so our AKS is like our standard, and then our learning target would be stated clearly at the beginning of the lesson. And then she would use an activating strategy to activate prior knowledge.
Okay, maybe we could take because it says use multiple methods, um, anchor charts and stuff. The lesson is probably not gonna we're probably not gonna get a chance to do that. So maybe we could take number 4 out. What do you think? Or right, or you could just leave it in and then we will figure it out.
I can explain a couple of things on here. You see AKS, which is the learning target. I'm in Gwinnett County Schools. And so our AKS is like our standard, and then our learning target would be stated clearly at the beginning of the lesson. And then she would use an activating strategy to activate prior knowledge.
Right. So this section where it says guide students in identifying biome features with prompts, you you could probably add in there pictures. See where it says sentence starters, graphic organizers. So maybe they could like look at the pictures. Yeah. So we could probably use pictures. Check for understanding frequently, thumbs up, thumbs down. That's good. provide immediate feedback, and reteach misconceptions. Okay, that part sounds good. So the you do, this is where let the kids do the independent practice. Um, the only thing that I'm thinking of, should we have kids working together, or are they working like individually, independently?
In this part of the checklist, Miss Austin is trying to figure out what would be most
Mhm.
appropriate for having the kids work on their own. So doing the last part like the you do. So she decided that she wanted them to teach each other and she would walk around and listen to their conversations. So they would
Yeah,
work in
I think I would
partners.
rather them supporting each other as we go along. Yeah, but I wouldn't make it be like a big group. It would be just like two students working together, no bigger than two. So just so that they could bounce ideas off each other. Mhm. Partner work, yes. Partner work without my intervention. Like they're working on their own. I'm not intervening. I'm just circling the room and I'm looking at what they're doing.
As you can see, I'm just making the edits based on Miss Austin's wishes, whatever she thought was most appropriate for her students and her instruction. I'm changing the partner work or number 8 so that she can observe the students' progress.
Yeah. Mhm. Okay, let me see. Partner work assess understanding to allow student to explain their thinking and using a accessible format or response. See, yeah. I would probably keep that in because after they have discussed it with themselves, like on their you do, then I want to ask them questions just to see how they would respond, to see if they have any misunderstanding or misconceptions.
So at this point, I am continuing to edit the video to suit Miss Austin. Not the video, but the document to suit Miss Austin and her needs for her classroom.
Mhm. We could actually take it out, like I said, with visuals, because it says use multiple methods like visuals. The visuals could stay. Anchor charts could probably go. Color coding with close notes. Yeah, anchor charts could probably be taken off. Let's modify that part because we could actually use notes and try to annotate. I think. I think we've pretty much covered what we're supposed, to in order for us to have a productive lesson. I can't think of anything else that we could add in or take out. I think we're good when it comes to that.
So at this portion of the video, we're just going over the checklist for some finalities. You may hear Miss Austin chiming in. Again, just giving her perspective on everything. So what we ended up deciding is to use this checklist. The majority of it was helpful for her to use while giving instruction.
That, that's what I was trying to figure out. I'm trying to think of what time it would be. I would rather you come in right as we are getting started so you could see the whole thing. The students come to me at 12:35. So I would say at 12:45, let's give them 10 minutes to settle down and, you get ready for class. And then you could come in at 12:45.
That pretty much concludes the video. I did share a couple of things with Miss Austin regarding the I do, we do, you do gradual release modeling teaching strategy. I shared a video with her. I'm going to add the video to the end of this video. And then I'll also add a graphic organizer that I shared with her. Miss Austin is a very seasoned teacher. So this is this is an interesting way to practice, even though she is seasoned and she knows exactly